Welcome once again to Cookery Corner, your favorite cooking show. And with us today is Chef Georg Schroeppel from the Ritz-Carlton here in Guangzhou. Chef, welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Now tell us, what are you going to dazzle us with today?
Today we will make a homemade salmon tartare. What is a very healthy dish, and at the same time it's a signature dish of Terra in the Ritz-Carlton.
Well, I think we have to go shopping and buy our ingredients.
Yeah.
So you ready?
Absolutely.
All right,
let's go.
I think we found it.
Oh, that's exactly what we need for our dish. That's our shallots, and we just cut them very slightly. That's a good thing that when we cut it, we have not this phosphoric acid in there, and it makes it not cry.
So it's a very mild kind of flavor.
Exactly.
Great, wonderful.
Great, perfect. Let's take it.
the whole bag.
Oh, this is exactly what we need for our salmon tartare.
Yes,
it's a basil.
basil.
And basil is very, very nice herbs because you can combine it with a lot of things, and it's very nice for my salmon tartare. I think this is the perfect match.
It's a very versatile herb, obviously.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it can be used for so many things, like you said. And it's very high in folic acid, very high in calcium, plenty of vitamins and minerals. And it's really good because if you happen to have, say, an upset tummy or a digestion problem, have a bit of basil and your problems will be solved.
Right.
Great.
Let's take it.
So what else do we need, Chef?
What we need is our lemons. Because the lemons, they give us the freshness in our dish. And it's very, very nice because lemons, they give the acid what they have. They make this dish round. It's very nice. And when we have some left over, we make a nice tea for the winter.
Good.
It keeps us nice healthy.
You know, the thing is, even though there's so much acid in lemon, it actually is a natural blood purifier. It gets rid of all the toxins in your body, and it's actually got these antibacterial, antiviral, and antiseptic properties. So it's truly an amazing fruit, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Let's get it. So this is our salmon.
This is our salmon, and when we buy our salmon, it's very important that we look in like a couple of things to make sure that we have really a fresh quality. The thing is, when we just open up here a little bit of gills, you see it's nice and red. It's a very good sign for freshness. The eyes must be clear. At the same time, the meat must be nice and firm. And that's really where you can find a nice quality of salmon.
And I really enjoy eating salmon as well. It's very low in calories, very low in saturated fat, very high in protein, and of course plenty of omega-3 fatty acids, which is found in plenty of fish. And the thing is, it's something that only can be made by fish, and it's something that must be eaten, not produced by the body.
And it's a very light
very
meal.
light, exactly.
Great.
So let's take a piece.
This is a wonderful piece. Let's take this for us.
Wonderful. Very fresh.
Yeah. It's a perfect thing.
Oh,
great.
Excellent. Good for the tartare.
Oh, absolutely.
Olive oil.
Olive oil. This is our extra virgin olive oil. It's a first press, and they have all the vitamins still in there, so it's very good for us.
Fantastic.
Great, let's take it.
It's better than regular olive oil, isn't
Absolutely.
it?
It's a little bit more expensive, but it's worth it. It's worth.
All right, now next up on the list, Chef, is...
Right, it's our pine nuts.
Pine nuts, okay.
Yeah, the pine nuts we give actually, especially in the salmon tartare, to give a little bit of crunchiness back, because the salmon itself is quite soft, so this is a very good choice.
Now, I think most of us don't actually know this, but pine nuts is the same family as a walnut family.
Right.
And it's very high in vitamin A, vitamin E, folates, and it's good, very good for the body. So
yeah,
it's definitely a good ingredient to buy.
Absolutely. Let's take this.
Well, Chef, we have done our shopping, and now we are back here at the Ritz-Carlton at Terra.
So
let's start.
Let's do it. What we have prepared is our salmon. What is very important with the salmon, that we have it really fresh. I like really that you have it fresh, because then that makes the whole dish a little bit nicer.
Indeed.
So here the salmon, what we just cut nicely in nice cubes. So let's do it first. What we have to do is we take a little bit from our salmon, put it in a mixing bowl.
We're going to use some of the salmon that we bought, put it in the bowl. Okay.
What we have to do, we add just a little bit from the pine nuts, from the roasted pine nuts in there. Now we have a little bit from the cut shallots.
So we've just chopped up our shallots into small little
very
squares,
small dices.
very tiny.
We have our basil.
Great.
What we just really cut, and what is very important with the basil, that you really use a very sharp knife, because what will happen when we not cut it with a sharp knife, all the oil what we have in the basil will stick on the board, and it will not go to our salmon. So we want to have of course the...
So don't use your fingers, and use a very
sharp knife. So, and what we do now is we just add it to our salmon.
Okay. Straight into our bowl.
Yeah.
Great.
So a little bit salt.
Okay, for seasoning.
A little bit from our spice salt.
Okay.
A little bit from the olive oil.
So now with this one, do we mix it in one direction or what do we do?
No, what we do is very important that we just mix it very lightly, because otherwise all the grease from the salmon will come out.
Okay, so
don't
go too sort of too much force with it. Okay.
So what I have here is a mold, a special mold. It looks like a cake mold.
A cake, yes, these molds. Now you can buy these from any bakery shop.
Very easy, and it's not even so expensive. So what we have to do is actually we just fill this here in.
Fill this in like this. So I'm going to try.
Yeah.
Just put it in like this. So I'm pouring now.
Yeah.
And what do you say is the appeal of this dish?
I think especially the combination, because you have a little bit of pine nuts in there, what makes the whole thing a little bit more crunchy. Then you have the fresh basil in there, what makes the salmon a little bit more tasty.
Yes, that's
so
enough.
What we do now is,
a little bit to the side.
Let me just give you a little hand there in the top. So that's what it is. And now what we do is we just press it lightly in.
Ah, you can see all the juices coming out a little.
So, and now what we do is we've just flipped first this side, and we have a really perfectly easy piece. What I prepared a little bit is a rusty.
It's a potato rusty. This is very simple to make.
It's basically like a hashi brown. It's just grinded potatoes. What you just sear in the pan with a little bit of oil to make it nice and crunchy. And we just lift the salmon up, and we put it on the top of the potatoes.
So be very gentle with it.
Very gentle.
Okay, when you're lifting. I see. So the rusty acts like a plate underneath.
Exactly. Okay. So what we have then here is our shallot cream, what I prepared in advance. What is basically just a little bit sour cream, a little bit grinded orange, a little bit lemon juice, and then we add just 2 sheets of gelatin in there. We lift it up and put it on the top of the rusty.
Very nice.
Okay, and we just cut it carefully.
I see.
Off. So we have this. Okay. So what we have then here, there also is a Ruga caviar. It comes from Spain. It's a very nice caviar because I like it. The color is beautiful. The corns are very nice.
Wonderful. And now this is only optional. If you don't like caviar, no problem at all. You don't have to use it. You can use another topping if you prefer.
Right. You just use a little bit from the black sesames. You know, it will be the more cheaper. Put it nicely on the top.
Right. Just cover it.
Because you have the salmon already, and then at the same time you have the caviar, what makes the whole dish, I think personally, more round.
Yeah, and a lot more colorful.
We add a little bit from the basil. We take a little piece off just to garnish it on the top of it.
Okay, just very, very lightly.
So let's put it on the plate.
Okay, wonderful.
As an option will be also that we just give on the side a little salad to make it a little bit more fresher full, and the herb salad will support, of course, the flavor from the salmon as well.
Might I say that it looks wonderful?
Thank you very much.
And I'm sure it tastes just as good as it looks. So let's try, shall we?
Yeah, please.
Here we go.
So what do you think?
Oh, it's very, very good. The salmon is very, very fresh. The rosti is crunchy, it's delicious. I can taste the pine nuts and the basil and the lemon juice. And it's so easy to make, and it hardly took any time at all.
Absolutely. That's a dish where you can enjoy at home very easily.
Exactly. Well, I can't wait to have more. Well, Chef, thank you so much.
And thank you to
the Ritz-Carlton as well for helping us make this lovely dish. And we'll see you next week on Cookery Corner. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Shall we?
Shall we?